I would not say that there was like a specific point or specific thing that made me choose that, which is something I also have to speak about. Like sometimes you just have to go out and do something, and before you find your way. Like I never set out thinking, oh, I want to be an aeronautic engineer. It was like in stages. I first of all knew, oh, I like maths, I like to work with computers, I like to
math.
exactly.
I remember.
I like to
Guess what, guys? We all went to the same secondary school.
Guys, it was such an amazing experience. Like I stepped out of my comfort zone. I didn't used to wear heels. I'm a sneakerhead. I'm a tomboy. Everybody knows. But like it had to, and it helped me relish in this message I wanted to put out to girls that you can be in a male-dominated field and you don't have to dim your feminine side.
That's our tagline.
That's it. You can be like, don't allow society to say you have to be this, you have to be this, you have to look this way. So that's just it.
Hello and welcome to Bear the Truth podcast, your fresh oasis of truth, authenticity, and originality. Here we'll be giving it to you as it is, no filter. So here with me, I have beauty with brains. When I mean beauty with emphasis on the brains, actually, because I'm not even joking. So I have here with me my co-host. I call her my Odogu girl. Girls, even like wherever you are, she's around you, feel her aura. She's I don't know. So here with me is my co-host, Joyceline.
Thank you so much for having me on here as your co-host. It's such an honor. Mboti baby girl is a girl that comes with sassy, beauty, everything. Energy. And I am so happy that I get to bear the truth with this amazing young woman.
Thank you.
Oh, today we're going to be having an amazing guest. She's a genius. Oh my God. You can see, I'm sure that you're not blind because you can definitely see that she is a beauty. And guess what? She just went to compete for Miss Universe Nigeria. So we have a celebrity in the building, guys. Make some noise.
You can definitely see that you guys are going to enjoy this podcast because are you feeling the vibes that I'm feeling right now? You guys are
welcome.
Thank you so much. This is my aeronautic engineer, like in the UK, beauty with brains, as the queen herself.
Let them know.
Thank you so much for making it to our podcast.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. So how do you feel today? How are you feeling after the whole hassle?
Oh my God, like it was such a stressful, like I just finished, like she mentioned, the pageantry experience. It was really stressful, but as with anything like that you put your mind to, it was very stressful. But I'm in the recovery stage. I'm still good. You might even see that I don't feel so. I took out my tooth, so I don't feel so well. But like I said, I had to be here for my babes. And
you still look amazing.
Thank you so much for making it to this place. At some point, I was feeling like, are you sure she'll be able to come? But thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You show up for friends that show up for
Thank you.
Anyway, so to start, we're talking about adulthood. You know that song? Adulthood, now come you better. I
can't believe I'm an adult.
Nobody gonna give you free money. So now we're talking about adulthood. So like you said, you can't believe that you're an adult yet. So what's the experience like right now?
Time is crazy because like I could remember when I'm like, I want to grow up so I can put as much as milk and Milo in my tea without anybody disturbing me. Like that was my problem.
Can you imagine?
But you grow up and you're like, wow, there's rice at home. You understand why your parents like made all those things.
Yeah, sure.
It's much harder. But then the freedom that comes with it, like it's really lovely. But then you just knowing that you're responsible for your life, like your financial, physical, mental, like you have to take charge of your life. No one is going to swoop in and save you. Literally. No one will give you free money. You have to work for whatever you want to.
That's true.
It's good. It has good and bad sides. But I'm really glad to be an adult. Not going to lie.
So what's like your first adult shock? Like
how expensive things are generally.
Aren't we all shocked?
I think the major one was, I would say, okay, I was kind of still under the discipline of my dad for a while. I'll just say my proper adulthood started like maybe in the past year or past 2 years. Okay. I remember getting a place and I wanted to like buy a couch.
Oh my God.
Even curtains, I'm like, cutting.
Like,
cause this word.
Close.
Do you get? Can I not notice my bed sheet? So it's just really, but then it just makes you realize why people just have to strive and just like do the best for themselves, because this life is meant to be enjoyed, and to enjoy it you have to put in the work.
That's one thing, right? You know, the thing about curtains and all of that. Now, I actually now understand why our parents would tell us, no, not this week, next week.
Exactly.
It's because you have to budget. If you do not budget, you will die. Because it is a lot. There's just so much going on and you have to cater to. Now, you're not even catering for your own self alone as a parent. You
I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
I remember then, my dad is always like scale of preference. My dad,
I'm telling you,
I want this thing, I want this thing.
Like, scale of preference. So now, like, it's always resonating scale of preference. No, you don't.
I'm telling you,
exactly.
This is a priority. This one is not too important. We can leave this for next week. We can do this week. Now, talking about that, all right?
Yeah.
So, when you started, like, let's say the past year, 2 years, you started doing all these things, what points did you get and you were like, you know what, I want to be a child again? What happened? Like, you know, we talked about the shock, but then now that moment that you're like, I dropped away.
I'd say it was when I was actually searching for a place, for like a house. That's when the realization hit me that, you know, when you're young, like whatever happens, you can just run to your parents. But there's just so much that they can do for you at this point in time. I remember searching for a house. I was getting so many rejections. I had just so many things. I remember calling my dad. I'm like, it's like this UK doesn't want me. I want. I know they had me to cry. That's the truth. So it was like, when you're young, regardless of anything that happens, you can always run to your parents and they have a solution. But the older you get, they can just encourage you and they just tell you, you just have to do
they're not there with you.
That's true.
You just have to do it by yourself. So that was when I was like, this meal and milk is not what it do. And I have the milk now in my cup, but I can drink as much as I want. But my problems are my own.
Yeah, like there are more problems right now. It's not just
when my nephew exactly you come here and Cynthia, my birthday is next month. Is it me that is meant to be? I'm not auntie. It's so shocking.
Yeah.
So you did your MSc in aeronautic engineering, right?
Not aeronautic. It was actually control systems and instrumentation. But then you know the aerospace is like we have mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. So now I work in the
What made you choose that?
I would not say that there was like a specific point or specific thing that made me choose that, which is something I also have to speak about. Like, sometimes you just have to go out and do something, and before you find your way. Like, I never set out thinking, I want to be an aeronautic engineer. It was like in stages. I first of all knew, I like maths, I like to work with computers, I like to maths,
I remember.
I like
Guess what, guys? We all went to the same secondary school.
It's not possible to do. It's not possible to do. But so it was like things that just one thing led to another, one thing led to another. And I would never have found myself in this sport if I didn't actually start.
Explore.
So explore. So it started off with, I know this, I like this. I think electrical engineering would be good for me. So that was where I did my first degree in. And while in electrical engineering, they have like 3 parts: power, telecommunications, and control systems. I found out my strength was in control systems. So I decided to master it there. So even while I was looking for a job, my mind was not even in aerospace. I wanted to work for Siemens. Somebody gave me a lot. I applied to their jobs, but that's another thing. You might have a vision for something, but sometimes you have to start small.
Yes.
You have to build up your portfolio, and then you finally get to the place where you can now do what you need to.
Exactly.
So these my company, they reached out to me, and I now realized that, okay, why have I never thought about this before? It actually works. And now the name is aerospace engineer. Okay.
Wow, okay, guys, plenty. Oh, for yeah, that's actually so nice. That's inspiring. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I don't know how much people inspire out there, but personally, you inspire me because I don't know how you manage to do this. You do this, you do that. You dancer. I think you're a professional dancer because you dance well. You try professional. Well, I'm very sure that if you're out there, you're going to really do it amazing. Yeah. So you're an engineer. You do this. You're a yogi.
Yeah,
and gym rat. So how have you been able to balance your ambitions with all these extracurricular activities you're into?
You can hear the it's plenty. So I'm someone that I like to try new things. Like new things just excites me. And one thing I would say is that balance is a myth. I don't think there's anybody that just gets to a point and they're like, every part of my life is where it wants to be.
Exactly.
But when you know what you want for it, like, is what you have to, like, sometimes, let's say I go to the gym. Sometimes my gym life is suffering because I have a lot of workload. Yeah. Sometimes my workload is suffering because I want to hang out with friends more. Yeah. But then that's all, like, just you said, like, prioritizing budget. You prioritize everything in your life. Sure. So sometimes I can be giving a lot of focus to my work and I'm like, oh, these other parts of my life are suffering. Let me keep that aside and do that. So by the time you feed in here, you find out the things that are important to you, and then you just feed them as you go. And then you just find out that people will be saying, oh, this is happening. You'll be there dying. Sometimes I'm not sleeping. Sometimes I look tired, but it's worth it to me. The joy that those things bring to me is worth it to me.
Like sometimes it's fine to cry.
Yeah,
like
it is fine to
cry.
Clear your tears and get back up.
Exactly.
So guys, we're going to be going on a break. You can see that our lovely guest has given us her truths. You see now you're picking, you should be picking germs. It's like, as we're talking, the bare truths, we're giving it to you. So, yes, it is.
Unfiltered.
So, we're going to go and come right back.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you.
Welcome.
Alright, so recently you went for pageantry.
Yeah.
So what's really inspired? What motivated you to take that path?
That's actually a funny story because I don't think it's something I would ever actually have thought about to do myself. Like even when I registered for it, a lot of my friends were like, it makes sense because you're fine, you do this, but it's not something we would have ever imagined. So I'll give a word of advice. There's always a word of advice before I go into the story.
Yeah,
Surround yourself with amazing support system who believe in you. That's one thing that you really need to do because sometimes you wouldn't even notice some things that other people are seeing in yourself. So you guys will probably know him. You guys know Abia, of course, yeah. So he's someone that also went to our high school. He's been into all this pageantry.
Almighty Abia.
Exactly. And it's also part of into this breaking stereotypes. Because I remember in high school, they probably used to bully him because he used to be into all these feminine things and all of that. So imagine if because of the bullying, he stopped doing what he liked doing. We will not be here today having this conversation. Yeah, exactly. But he came to me in my second year in school. He's like, Cynthia, there's this, it used to be MBG.
Yes, I was about to.
Exactly. Yeah, so he texted me on IG exactly that. I feel like you're going to be a good fit for this. I feel like you're going to be good for this. But at that point, I was not in the right frame of mind to do that. Yeah. What was interesting to me was my results. That's my focus at that point in time, which is another advice. Sometimes if I want to do something, but wait until the time is right. Exactly. Take your time, build yourself. So literally every year, it was not like a pest. You come in my next year again. Cynthia, have you not finished school? You come and run for this thing.
We actually know how
he's very, very. So he kept on doing this thing. I think I traveled for masters. He came again, but during my masters year, that was out of it. I was so busy. I was off social media for 8 months because I had a goal I wanted to feel. Sure. So then last year he brought up again, but that was when I was looking for a house, I was looking for a job. So when he came again, this is like 6 years back to back.
You see? So
I
he
know,
was
like,
that.
he actually believed so much in me. So when he finally came, I'm like, you know what? I'm in a good space. I'm more stable in another part of my life. Like, why not just give it a try? Like, what's the best that can happen? And oh my God, it was such an amazing experience. Like, I stepped out of my comfort zone. I didn't used to wear heels. I'm a sneakerhead. I'm a tomboy. Everybody knows. But like, I had to, and it helped me relish in this message I wanted to put out to girls that you can be in a male-dominated field and you don't have to dim your feminine side.
That's our tagline.
That's it. You can be like, don't allow society to say you have to be this, you have to do this, you have to look this way. So that's just it. That was how it just came into it. And he pushed me throughout the thing. He was like my backbone. Thank you so much, Abia. Like, I really, I would not have done this without you.
Shout out
to Abia. But yeah, that's how I found myself in it. And it was such a lovely experience.
Wow, wonderful experience indeed. You can see that. You can really see that. It must have been really challenging as well.
It was always, as with trying something new, it's not something I was used to.
So talking about male-dominated industries, right? As an aeronautic engineer, what advice would you give to like people who want to be aeronautic engineers and, you know, based on the issues that aeronautic engineers currently face right now in the industry, especially female aeronautic engineers?
In Nigeria.
Okay, especially in Nigeria, yes. So I think the first thing, before I dial it down to female, I would say is there's advantage and disadvantage of being an aeronautic engineer here in the country because I wouldn't call ourselves a developed country yet. So there's a lot of room for improvement in that space. There are a lot of opportunities. But then again, sorry to say this, but our leaders, like, you need people that are willing to like actually put the effort to improve something.
And funding.
And funding.
Yeah, my cars. And they said, what was the name of that thing that they gave that time? It said stipend. Is it enjoying allowance or something?
Yes, how many billions? Like, come on, like,
and Dubai invested in a desert, and we are all saving money to go there when we can do that in Nigeria,
our own country. So that's the thing. There's so many opportunities for young engineers to be able to grow, but the problem is that they are not really facing.
Nobody's looking that way.
And a disadvantage is now the fact that I think there was an expose. There's this investigative journalist like David Hundeyin. He put out like a really interesting piece. The safety regulations in our aerospace industry is really bad. Like, it's only God and Inshallah
that used to save us.
So he was giving examples of like a fall that would land and then water was leaking with it. Like,
can you imagine? Yeah, I think I saw that on Twitter. Yes, I saw that on Twitter.
So many airlines they are not actual bodies that are in place, or the bodies in place are not taking these things seriously, which is like working in somewhere like UK. I understand how it's a very, very, like, you're dealing with lives, like safety. A lot of lives. So before you make a mistake, which is one of the challenging things about my job, like sometimes I can be so tired, but I know that any mistake I make can lead to this.
To somebody.
And I know that they are going to hold me by my neck. It's not just one that you say to somebody,
Exactly.
I'm telling you can't even do that.
It makes you want to put your best. So I would say the advice I would give to young Nigerians or young people like in the aerospace sector is that I know that there are a lot of challenges against you. I know that it doesn't seem like the country is helping you, but all you can do is just try to do your best. You try and look at how it's done in other countries and try to, if the change starts with you. So even from when they give you jobs, don't just take it as, nobody's going to ask me any questions anyway, so I might as well. Like, try and do your best. Speak to other people around you. When the change starts from you, it starts spreading, and to finally
make the world a better place. Nigeria, my dear country.
Because it's our country.
Like wherever you go, you're still coming back to this country. Like despite being an engineer in the UK, she's here and her safety too matters. So, like, what would you do differently if given opportunity, like a leadership position in the aeronautic engineering space?
Yes. First off, I'd said there are already regulatory bodies, so I wouldn't say I'll set up new regulatory evil. Regulatory bodies.
It is all right, it's fine.
So they are already
proud, please.
Proud and within me go.
I'm telling you, Igbo is our first language.
Back to it is that I would make sure that there are actually stringent measures, like there are consequences for actions. Like there was this probable, you guys must have remembered the social air
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think there
That's
was
so
anybody
traumatic,
that was actually
actually.
brought to book for that.
I'm
So I
telling
think when there are consequences for actions,
Mhm.
people would actually sit up. If something happens
Yes.
and they know that, either the regulatory body or the person in charge of safety is held or taken to jail,
Mhm.
the next person they put there is not going
It's
to
going
act
to be more
anyhow.
careful.
So
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
going to not set up bodies, but make sure that these bodies that are set up actually do their jobs.
Yes.
And then there are consequences regardless of how high up in the society that you are. If you fuck up,
You
can I say fuck
collect.
up in this country?
Yes, you can.
If you
Bear
fuck
the
up,
truth,
you
our
will
truth.
collect. Exactly. So I think when people see that there are consequences for the actions that they take, they would have to definitely sit up.
Yeah,
And then also put in like exposes. There are a lot of people that might want to go into this space, but they don't have the resources. Because I tell people that I do not deny my privilege at all. I know that I have been blessed. My parents were able to send me to, like, obviously,
Of
Mars was
course.
a very good
Yes.
school, go abroad. But then there's some people that have this potential, but they're not able to. So, like, set up foundations. It was one of the things I wanted to use the Miss Universe platform to actually do if I want, like, bring more Black women into tech. Because from where I am, I'm like the only Black female in my company, my industry. There should be more.
Nigerians doing things.
Wow.
But it's going to definitely happen.
Yeah, sure, we're
It's going to
getting
definitely
there.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm just praying that God blesses me with the
Yes.
resources. Because
Amen.
more Black women, we are so intelligent. We are
Yes.
so
Super intelligent.
we're going to do this for our
Yes.
country.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you so
We are
much.
doing this for our dear
Ah.
country.
Thank you so much for this. Like, you have really opened even my mind. I think
Sure.
our minds have been opened.
Like now,
To a
I'm
lot of
seeing
things. Like, I'm seeing,
different
bigger picture, right? And this is to tell, the women out there that you can actually do it.
Yeah.
She is a first class holder in masters in school. Even when she was with us, she was like top of her class. She's still beautiful. She's still, she still went to do pageantry. So at the end of the day,
She's an
you can do it, right?
Don't let
You don't.
society box
I'm telling
Do
you,
not let society
exactly.
define
You
what
don't have to
can do.
now think that because you're beautiful, you cannot go out for your dreams. Mbati here is she's a big production woman. Do you understand? And I don't want to tweak my own horn, but I try my best and
Ultimate marketer. If this girl touches your product, forget it.
It will turn into gold.
Okay.
So that that's multifaceted and getting focused and getting your dreams achieved. So you're not being limited and all of that. So you can do this. You can be a dancer. You can be a yogi. You can be an engineer. You can be this. You can be a tech girl.
Exactly. You can do it all and still be beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. So this is what we're gonna do for you guys. You need to look at the screen.
Look at the
And
beautiful ladies.
yes, whichever platform this is posted on, as a snippet, you look at the screen, you subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
If this is on YouTube, you're already on the YouTube. It's just below. That button is just somewhere around. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification bell beside it, because you don't want to be losing the kind of information we want to give you. Because we are bearing the truth. I'm telling you, we're going to be bringing amazing guests too. More amazing guests. Because we just gave you a taste.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to be the first person on the
Thank
show.
you.
I'm so honored. Thank you for giving me
Thank you so much for honoring our invite. It's like I can really feel it. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having us, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys on our next episode.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.